All right, now, everybody, quiet, listen to me. We're going to start a show.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
Alrighty, we're back once again for the Pink Club podcast.
Yay.
Whatever.
Don't sound so enthused.
Well, you weren't when we did the Iron Giant.
I was very enthused.
Damn.
Oh,
I guess you could say I pulled that one from the grave.
We're trying to think of dumb, spooky puns, and
Boom.
I don't know if it's so much a pun as a...
Shut the fuck up, JD.
Oh. Sorry. Anyway.
Hey, how's that for a pun?
There you go. Anyway, again, welcome to the Pink Club podcast, a weekly podcast where the three of us just sit around and kind of talk about cartoons, like we do. My name is JD. Kyle is... God damn it.
I'm Kyle, if you didn't know. Hi there.
Every episode starts with JD yelling at Kyle. It's pretty much our couch gag at this point.
No, because it'd be different every time.
Okay, I guess that's right. Well, I'm Andy.
Thank you.
The best of the three.
Andy is the glue that holds us together. But, like Andy brought up a minute ago, we did put out our first official Quotey Fingers review of the Iron Giant re-release. We decided to make reviews their own thing, whether it be like new movies or new TV episodes, and keep those into about 20, 30 minutes a piece instead of being hour-long what's-its like these are. Let's see what else. Oh, right, as I say all the time, if at the end of the episode you had a good time here, please share the episode with your friends, because that would be pretty awesome of you. But, yeah, so this is our first episode of October, so you know what that means, you guys?
I don't know. What does it mean, JD? Spooky, scary skeletons?
Sure. Yeah, I was kind of just hoping you knew. I didn't really have an answer.
It's Halloween, dipshit!
Woo!
It's pumpkin spice time.
It's white girl season.
You know what? No, hold on. If we're going to get into Halloween and we're going to talk about that, I feel the same way about pumpkin spice that I do about the Minions. It is a popular thing for people on the internet to complain about to seem like they're relevant.
Pumpkin spice is fucking delicious. Don't you tell me
I
otherwise.
never fucking see... everyone acts like pumpkin spice is like forced down your throat and you're being swarmed by pumpkin spice. I've seen one thing.
I see pumpkin spice everywhere I go, but that's because I'm actively looking for it. So
that's what I mean. All the people complaining about it are actively looking for it, and that is why people fucking going apeshit about it. It's like the Minions.
Well, I went to the grocery store last night because I shopped for groceries, and they had a big old fall display, and everything was pumpkin spice, and you know what? I almost cried because it was beautiful. They had pumpkin spice chocolate chips, and I want some cookies with pumpkin chocolate chips. They had pumpkin spice donuts.
Pumpkin donuts are delicious.
It's like, it's weird. Why would a seasonal flavor be blowing up right around the time the season comes around?
It's like, why do they sell eggnog at Christmas? Because it's fucking delicious.
Oh, I fucking went on a big rant with my friend. I said, no, you know what? No. He was like saying... Because he was saying, like, man, why does a pumpkin spice thing irritate you? And I'm like, no, I'm just sick of people complaining about seasonal flavors. I think we should just get rid of them all. and then my friend was like, oh, no, let's not be too rash. I happen to like cranberry. It's like, no, you know what? Fuck cranberry. That's for basic bitches. Just like fucking pumpkin spice. I want no more.
Yeah, and fuck their music, too.
Oh.
What's their music?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kyle doesn't like Zombie.
Zombie.
Yeah, I don't like that song.
References.
Like the
The
zombies?
Cranberries. Come on,
It's a
man.
band,
Oh.
Andy. Listen to the alt-rock station from the 90s on Pandora for like
Oh,
I do.
jeez. Sorry they only had one song, and I thought he meant the band The Zombies, who were much better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Anyway, if we were
You have no
talking-
idea what I'm talking
Were
about.
we talking about Halloween?
We're talking about Halloween, the zombies.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, granted, they weren't a Halloween-themed band, but they were named after zombies.
Well played. But, so, we didn't really have a focus this week as far as I can tell, but we figured we would just, talk for an hour about, like, our favorite, Halloween stuff, whether that relates to cartoons or not specifically, I suppose.
If we're going to start things off, seasonal cereal is one of my favorites. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. That makes me a basic bitch for liking something that comes out around a season.
Hey, man.
whoa,
you gotta
easy
get
there,
some
white
Count
girl.
Gotta get some Count Chocula.
Fuck Count Chocula, he's around all the time. Frankenberry's where it's at. Count Chocula's
I want
bitch
that on a
ass-
t-shirt.
Count Chocula's bitch ass is around all year long, and it's like, no, it should be fucking Frankenberry, because it's better.
I just want Andy to wear a shirt that says Frankenberry's where it's at.
Because it's true. Have you had Frankenberry?
It's like a long time ago, and it's like
so good.
Blueberry is kind of gross, though. I will
No,
say.
I
Blueberry
will
is not
fight
good.
you on that.
Uh-oh. This episode, I thought this was going to be kind of a dull episode. I was wrong.
No.
No, it's
No.
this was
No.
confrontational. We've been so
We're gonna
far.
fucking do this shit right now.
I guess you could say this is turning into a bloodbath.
Oh, god damn it! No, I'm gonna say that blueberry.
You
is,
heard me.
Blueberry's only gross because it's blueberry flavored, and I don't really care.
It is crunchberry flavored. It tastes like crunchberries.
It tastes
Oh, wait a
like
minute.
blueberries, and it turns your milk blue.
Why are crunch berries its own flavor?
Crunchberries taste like sugar.
But crunchberries taste like crunchberries, okay?
Can only kids taste crunch berries, or am I thinking of another cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make
It
sure I
has
got
cinnamon
kids.
sugar swirls in every bite. Andy, god damn.
Well, I'm a fucking adult
You can't see what kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
as I scream about Frankenberry and where it's at.
I don't know, man.
As the Earthlings say, lay it on me, man.
I don't know, man, because they keep saying Trix is for kids, but if I want to go out and buy, like, why didn't he ever go buy a box of Trix? I mean,
You know, I always kind of secretly... one of my favorite episodes of Family Guy, or at least one of my favorite segments, is when the Asian Trix Rabbit beats the shit out of those kids, because I always wanted to see him get the Trix, because I always thought it was such a load of horse shit that he never
the
got to
Trix
enjoy
Rabbit
the
can't
fucking
get
cereal.
the Trix
He's
Rabbit.
on the box.
He can't get the Trix. Is the same reason that the Coyote can never get the Roadrunner. The whole
That's a little
plot
fucked
revolves
up.
on him failing.
It's a commercial.
Yeah.
Give the
30
damn-
seconds.
Give the damn Trix's Rabbit. It's like Barney stealing Fred Flintstone's.
Okay, how weird is it that they made the Flintstones into a cereal mascot? Am I the only one weirded out by that?
I think it's weird that they made him a vitamins mascot.
I
Yeah.
loved Flintstones vitamins.
Hold on. We gotta pull back here. We got way off subject. We might as well have just done this about cereal and shit.
I can talk about cereal mascots.
Well, I want to bring up, since you brought up Blueberry. No, Blueberry and Count Chocula need to get the fuck out. They need to bring back Yummy Mummy and the Fruit Brute.
Oh shit, the fruit.
But they
Brute.
did, like a couple of years back.
Yeah, and I want them back. They were delicious. Yummy Mummy
They
was
probably
amazing.
didn't sell well.
Oh, you know what? It's not my fault. People have shit taste.
Well,
God, you're gonna have to bleep me on this episode.
nah, I don't
You
have
did
time. Andy, that would require me to do things other than like edit the beginning and end of this.
I mean, like,
I
Dennis
like-
Tunes.
Back when Kyle and I started this, and it was the middle of summer when I didn't have shit to do, I could spend, 2 hours going back and editing every little bit, and then I decided, hey, that's way too much effort. I'm not going to do that anymore.
I like being belligerent all day. It's
I know.
fun.
I know.
I mean, I think it's part of my charm.
Anyway, okay, so we were talking about
So
Halloween.
how about that Halloween shit? Am I right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Halloween cereals. I mean, that was what I started off on.
So I remember one year I went trick-or-treating and I found a razor blade in my candy.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
You sound
Once
like
again, I don't feel like I believe you.
Well, that's just your opinion, man.
You're not.
Well, turning
you're not
away
Jeff
from
Bridges. You can't make that reference.
turning away from the darkness. Well, it also is a time of the year when I think most channels are pretty much running round the clock. I think they're really starting to push out the Halloween specials now.
Good.
Scary Godmother.
That is a curse word in these parts, and I will not have vulgarity on my show.
Didn't we talk about that, though? Didn't we talk about how it's this bad animation? The actual concept is actually pretty sound? Because I think I almost went to the school
I think so.
where the woman who created Scary Godmother...
Yeah, I don't know if we
was
talked
in
about that
Chicago.
on mic before. I know we have talked about it, but...
I could have sworn we did, but no,
Maybe not.
yeah, now you're going to start seeing all the Halloween specials. I'm sure there's going to be another awful Treehouse of Horror, which... On the
But hey, John K. is...
Yeah.
I couldn't even get through that fucking sentence.
Well,
I
it's
don't know how much
not
you
even-
guys
no,
hate John K.
John K's animation is going to be the least of their... Like, I can't remember the last time I watched a Treehouse of Horror, and it was actually good.
They're like, hey guys, isn't Mr. and Mrs. Smith funny? What a timeless classic. Let's parody that. It's so funny. Isn't it funny, guys?
So are all the Treehouse of Horrors just parodies now?
Kind of. Oh, well, yeah, I thought you meant all of them in general, because a lot of them were parodies, because they parodied The Twilight Zone with the monkey's paw, and like, was it Treehouse of Horror, like 3 or 2? They parodied The Shining, but they were funny.
Yeah,
There was actually thought put into them.
The first one was fucking The Raven.
Oh, man.
And all that kind of shit. It was very iconic at the time, but hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a hell of a lot better.
How's that even a horror movie?
Well, that was my biggest question, and it's like, I felt really weird getting all up in arms about it, but I'm like, no, because then I think back on such great Simpsons horror parodies, like The Shinning, and the Omega Homer, and of course one of the greatest ones of all time, when the advertising monsters come to life.
Now, I'm gonna feel real ignorant about this, so please.
Why are you so ignorant?
I don't know. Okay, so the old episode where Homer like goes into 3D land and then goes into the real world, is that from a Treehouse of Horror?
That
Yes.
is from a Treehouse of Horror,
God.
because that's referencing a Twilight Zone. It's trying to be like a Twilight Zone sort of thing. It's more sci-fi horror, but I think it counts. Deals with the unknown.
Yeah, it like goes into like this weird computer land and then he just comes out into the real world.
There was a pocket
Nice.
dimension where there could have been cubes the size of gorillas.
Funny story. One time I went to Vegas and they had that playing at IMAX, and I was a dumb kid and didn't get to see it, and that would have been pretty cool to see in like an IMAX theater.
I remember that.
That's so trippy. I don't think I could have handled it.
IMAX hurts my eyes, man. I can't do it. It's too much for
I'm
me to look at.
I'm somewhere where I've never been before. The shower. See, JD, you're missing out on some prime. At least watch the Treehouse of Horrors.
I've seen a few. Like, I have watched The Simpsons before, and
I know,
somewhere deep
but-
in my subconscious,
but, hey,
there,
Here we go.
But watch the Treehouse of Horrors. I mean, it's Halloween season. You should at least add those to your rotation.
it's Halloween season, and I still need to watch Over the Garden Wall. Is what I need to do.
Yeah, that's fine. You can appeal to the Tumblr crowd later, but appeal to us now.
Okay.
Damn.
Clearly, we're more important.
Hell's
So-
Toupee is pretty fun.
I mean, I don't want to upset the Over the Garden Wall or the Over the Garden universe, whatever that ridiculous fandom is, the super hulock of cartoons.
Yeah, that's starting to get a little weird. I
Like-
saw a picture that had the guy from Over the Garden Wall, Morty, Dipper, I think Norman from Paranorman was in there for some reason, and then Steven Universe was dead. And they were all trying to solve his murder or something. Or,
Clearly, he was the weakest one.
I guess, but I did like have an idea that we should have done like a top 10 favorite Halloween specials, but you know I'm lazy, I don't want to do that. So
Well, more so, have you looked through the list of Halloween specials? It's kind of hard to narrow that shit down, because literally every show has done one.
well, I'm
And then
sure if I took some time, I could. But,
Well, what are the odds of that happening?
I know.
unlikely.
I mean, before the podcast, I just went on Wikipedia and sent a fucking link to Andy, and we were like, hey, look at this, hey, look at this. But I guess that takes a lot of fucking time, doesn't it, JD?
I wasn't on Skype yet.
Okay. Here's a question for everybody.
Okay.
I think this is really interesting. I mean, I can go first if you prefer, but
Sure.
What is the first cartoon you think of when you think of Halloween? Like, I don't know, just that, like, something that just, when you think Halloween, it's like right there.
Honestly, I think of Hey Arnold. We kind
See,
of
that's kind of interesting, because, you know, I'm sure a lot of people would have a lot of different ones. You know what mine is? The Skeleton Dance.
Oh, yeah!
The fucking first silly symphonies ever created, because that fucking cartoon scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. And now I love it. I own the fucking shirt.
We all grow to love the things we fear as a child.
Sharks. Skeletons.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty much. All the things I feared, I now love.
Right.
But, like, okay, now you're talking about the Hey Arnold special that we talked about with the Martians thing, right?
Yeah, we kind of touched on it last week, but I don't know, like...
That was a good Halloween special.
It's good. I like, when I watched that episode as a child, I didn't know what War of the Worlds was yet, because I think that was around when I was, like, 7 or 8.
Well, yeah, and, you know, War of the Worlds was...
Before Steven Spielberg
quite a long
ruined
time
it.
before. You know,
But...
Young Wells, I believe, did the...
Well, you know, but, I don't know, that really has always stuck in my mind as, like, one of the best Halloween episodes, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like, interesting because it kind of falls into that realm like the, Simpsons thing, you know, yeah, it's horror, but it's also technically more sci-fi horror.
Right.
I really liked that episode, you know, I think we talked about that. I actually thought that was a clever idea for a Halloween special, because
Yeah.
I think they had multiple ones, but that's the only one I remember.
Yeah, I don't really remember any of the other ones, but that's the one I do remember. But I don't know. I always thought it was cool that even now that I like know the plot to War of the Worlds and like the whole story behind Orson Welles reading it and that big radio hoax thing that happened back in the day.
Before Orson Welles started shilling for peas and wine.
French fries.
Oh, yes.
I just want more of the critic Orson Welles. But I like going back on it now, knowing that whole backstory. I think it's kind of funny, just that they recreate this entire scenario with the aliens coming down, and then it just kind of completely backfires.
It doesn't even backfire. It just steamrolls out of control.
Right.
The town goes into lockdown. The Helicoptaki's dad leads that vigilante force to destroy the Martians.
At least in America, that's exactly how that shit would go down. Like, aliens are invading, everyone with a gun is strapping down.
And I'm sure some guy is going to take a belt load of beepers and somehow rig them to be an explosive device.
I still know how that works.
I mean, it worked.
Now that you say that, Hey Arnold is horribly dated only because of that.
Well, yeah. I mean, what the fuck kid's going to know what a beeper is?
And it confused me. He kept calling it a beeper because my dad had one. He called it a pager, and it's like, why does he keep calling it a beeper? But, Lord, Kyle, you're pretty quiet over there. What's one of your favorites?
When you think Halloween?
I'm sorry. I can talk now.
I mean, you just got to get in here, man. You got to fight for your.
Yeah, welcome to the Thunderdome, Kyle. I thought you'd be prepared.
When I think of Halloween, I think of Gullah Gullah Island. No.
Explain.
That did it.
No, I'm reading off the list. No, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was...
Oh, shit.
Actually, I didn't watch that for the first time until Halloween, and you know what? I realized, wow, I have been missing out.
Oh, dude, that's when, Scooby got, real. And that's a weird thing to say.
I remember the commercials for that were actually really unsettling because...
This time the monsters are real.
Right? Yeah, it was, really uneasy because it was, for years now, they've been uncovering all sorts of hoaxes. but this time. Like, it was like a real trailer.
And
it was
like,
kind of scary.
It was cool because they like were rolling clips of like the old show while they're going.
And it was all VHS quality, like low quality, and then suddenly it cuts to them running from zombies.
Because they probably don't have like high quality versions of that.
I don't know. I'm not, I guess even though it's not technically a Halloween, the Cartoon Network would air the shit out of that around Halloween.
Hey man, Scooby-Doo is good any time of the year, but especially at Halloween.
I remember one Halloween, I never saw all of Scooby-Doo on was it Zombie Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I never saw the whole. For some reason, I want to say Monster Island, but then I'm thinking now a Scooby-Doo Godzilla crossover would be pretty amazing.
It's actually a peninsula.
I thought you said.
Well,
wonderful. But I remember getting my candy on Halloween, trick-or-treating after school, and then running home and eating candy and watching Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
That was some good shit.
And it had my favorite voice actor in it.
Who's that?
Jim Cummings. What a cool guy.
Oh yeah, doing his Bayou accent.
Yeah.
Jim Cummings, I believe he was Winnie the Pooh, right?
He's everything in Disney's world.
Well, I think what's always funny about Jim Cummings is the fact that, are you guys familiar with the game Splatterhouse?
Yes.
Well, there was a 2012 version, and Jim Cummings is the voice of the Mask. And it's crazy to hear him say this awful, vile, horrible stuff. Because when someone told me that's Winnie the Pooh, I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Like he says some pretty evil shit.
Yeah.
And if you you've never got a chance to play it. What's up?
Are F-bombs ever dropped?
Yes, quite a few.
I would love to hear him say the F word.
I'm pretty sure he says the F word, because the whole game, a lot of people gave it kind of lousy reviews, but I actually really liked the Splatterhouse remake. It's actually one of my, I do have access to my PS3. I might have to play that for Halloween.
Now, I've been going, I found that list Kyle was talking about, and going through it, does anyone remember the Ed, Edd n Eddy Halloween special they did?
Nope, I didn't like that show.
Really?
So.
Oh.
I kind of dropped out of Ed, Edd n Eddy after plenty. I
man.
liked it for a while, and then I just...
The Halloween special, man, is kind of fucked up in a way. Because basically, the whole episode is they're going trick-or-treating or whatever, but Ed has been watching I can't remember if he's reading a comic book or watching some movie or whatever, but through the entire episode, he's having these weird spaz outs where his eyes turn to TV stack and he starts seeing the world through monster vision, where everyone is this horrifying fucked up monster.
Are you sure that was a Halloween special?
Yes, because they're in costumes going around trick-or-treating the entire episode, and he keeps fucking it up for him, and Eddie keeps getting pissed off at him.
So I thought, didn't they do another episode where they were really desperately trying to... I could have sworn they did a very similar...
There was an episode where Ed dressed up as a monster, and he was
well, no, they did one where Ed,
it was a comic book. It was a comic book, and it was I don't know, he was freaking out about it being a real thing or something.
Yeah.
I forget what it was called. It was Big John or something dumb as fuck like that.
He was a Viking, and he was fighting monsters with a spatula.
Lol, random.
I just didn't really care for that show. I'm sorry. I'll say fuck that show.
That's fine. Whatever. You're entitled to your very wrong opinion, but... Oh, man. I loved Ed and Eddie, because, nothing was ever on model. Everything was just so much squash and stretch going on there. But
I thought it was an alright show. I didn't
man.
really fall in love with it.
Right, but I don't know, the Halloween special especially, just the design of everything and how they kept going back in and out of the fucking monster vision was... I found it very entertaining. I definitely would recommend putting it on a good list.
I'm trying to think if I have any... I know I'm trying to think of any Halloween specials besides the Treehouse of Horrors that I really like.
Doug.
I just... See,
Doug's going to Funky Town.
Yeah. You really loved Funky Town.
I fucking love Funky Town.
I mean, that was kind of the place to be, I guess. Just like how Frankenberry was where it was at.
Oh my god.
Yes.
A new catchphrase I'm working on.
Oh lord.
I'm gonna pitch that to Kellogg and see if I can just get Frankenberry year round.
Count Chocula's for basic bitches.
It's true.
Oh god.
It's a million chocolate cereals, but only one Frankenberry.
Oh. But
Now, is it Frankenberry or is it the creature of Dr. Frankenberry?
I think he just adopted the name of Frankenberry.
Oh shit.
I don't think they were too caught up on the semantics involved, or I think they just wanted to sell fruity pink cereal with a horror twist. Granted, if you read the comic books on the back of all the boxes, they are totally gay roommates.
Yeah.
They all live in Count Chocula's castle.
That shit bothers me. It's like, I've seen the same fucking comic for like 6 years now. Fucking hate that shit.
It's not like you read it every day. It's not like they have to re-release it every month. I would use the same one too. You probably forget about it by the time you read it.
No, I read it every day. I have it clipped to my fridge.
Is it right next to your favorite Garfield comic strips?
I'm on Kathy too.
They've gotten so smutty lately.
I just don't think they're funny.
Lord.
Oh, sure, when a guy does it, it's sexist. But when Kathy does, no, when a woman does it, it's sexist. But when, man, what was that fucking line?
Was a man?
Didn't he think Kathy was a man?
Yeah, and then he goes,
oh. I just love how they make fun of Kathy.
Oh god. So about them Halloween specials.
What was your first Halloween costume, guys? Do you remember?
The first one I remember was Buzz Lightyear.
I was a turtle.
That's adorable.
I wasn't a Ninja Turtle. I wasn't fucking, like, any cartoon character. I was a fucking turtle.
I want pictures of this so bad.
That's what I was trying to think. Like, were you a turtle? Were you a Ninja Turtle? Were you...
Just a literal fucking turtle. It was awesome.
Okay, settle down.
Yeah, my parents took Halloween seriously.
My parents always take Halloween seriously. I just don't remember what my first costume was. First costume I remember really liking was Indiana Jones.
I was like wanting to be Sonic the Hedgehog or some shit, but no. Kyle's gonna be a turtle this year.
Kyle, I'm sensing some hostility towards Halloween with your parents.
It's all good. We've made up.
Okay, I'm just curious. You seemed really upset for a minute there.
I don't want to talk about it.
Avatar The Last Airbender does not have a fucking Halloween special. Wikipedia's lying to me.
I remember Billy and Mandy, and there was fucking Wayne Knight as the jack-o'-lantern.
Oh god, I forgot about that one.
Wayne Knight did something?
We talked about Wayne Knight the other...
He was Zurg, too. Hey, what about all these Dr. Quinn medicine woman episodes of Halloween? I love those.
No.
Wait, there were a lot of Dr. Quinn medicine woman Halloween specials?
Probably.
Apparently so.
That's interesting.
Okay, fine, here's one. I really like the original Fairly Odd Parents Halloween special.
Ew.
Because that was back when it was good.
Yeah.
And it was still funny, and they had giant robot pumpkins, and it was going to destroy the world. Because he's like, we need to make Halloween scary, so everyone's costume is like what they actually are, so people start fucking turning into monsters. These fucking rich kids are in pumpkin robot costumes for whatever reason, and they're like, fucking, we're gonna link up like Voltron and turn into a giant time bomb that's gonna destroy the world. I'm like, okay.
That sounds about right, I guess.
Yeah, then, the whole plot of the episode's like, alright, back to normal, episode resets, status quo restored.
And then Timmy falls into a vat of lava, and then he turns into a godparent himself. Spoiler alert, it was Drake Bell.
Kyle, what you write in your time, the fan fiction you write
No, that actually happened in a fucking movie.
Like, I don't doubt that, Kyle, but it makes me sad that you know that happened.
I see it all the time on 4chan because they're making fun of Drake's debt. He's like $100,000 in debt for God knows what reason. Probably his Xanax prescription. I don't fucking know, but yeah. Anyways, how about that Halloween?
I don't
think the hostility's coming from me trying to draw a pumpkin right now, and it's just not.
Well, at least we know, I guess.
I don't know. So, we talked about a couple weeks ago that, Nickelodeon's bringing their 90s stuff back, and, the splat, as they're calling it, and, it's gonna be like their Adult Swim, because they're playing all fucking night. But they're gonna bring Nick or Treat back, so...
Oh, yeah!
You guys... Okay, do you guys actually remember Nick or Treat? Because I have a very vague, fleeting memories of it.
Well, if I remember right, Nick or Treat is where they had, didn't they have like a CG pumpkin that would be like the host, and they would basically just run Halloween specials, and they would also they would basically make it to where they would have a person call in and play some ridiculous, on-air TV game.
It says that there was a bat, a werewolf, a hunchback, a pumpkin.
Okay, the pumpkin is the one I remember.
Yeah.
Sounds lame.
Oh yeah, there was the haunted house episode of Ren and Stimpy.
Oh god, that was technically a Halloween episode.
And also the SpongeBob episode with the Flying Dutchman.
Oh yeah!
They had a couple, and I think they were all actually really good. I think really any episode that somehow involved the Flying Dutchman was fantastic.
I fucking love Brian Doyle Murray.
That's his name, I always forget.
And also, if you guys remember, there was the Rugrats episode where the parents made a haunted house, and it was like grapes were eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. I do remember this now.
It was all over that goddamn Reptar bar.
Oh.
Yes! Holy shit.
I wanted a Reptar bar when I was a kid.
Because they turned your tongue green.
Right?
Nostalgia.
Oh, shit, I want that. I don't know.
And who could forget the classic Monster vs. Aliens episode?
Why do I feel like you're just reading...
He is just reading the Wikipedia article.
And you're just really mad about it.
I typed in Nickelodeon Halloween or Nick or Treat, and somehow Monsters vs. Aliens popped in, because that's super relevant, I guess.
Okay, so... shit, what was I going to talk about? Shit!
How about the Halloween?
Yeah, I got that much. I don't know. The more I'm looking at this list, I don't remember, too much of, Cartoon Network doing Halloween. I know they did, but, most of my memory of this, at least from this list that I'm reading, I watched a lot more Nickelodeon at Halloween Town, as it would turn out.
And, Muppet Babies had some pretty good Halloween specials.
Muppet Babies.
I have a vague memory of that show.
I don't remember. I remember I watched Muppet Babies all the time when I was a kid because it was on at 6 in the morning, but I don't remember anything about it.
And we are doing a horrible job at this.
No, I think we're doing fine. Let's see, what else? The fucking Invader Zim Halloween special was fucking horrifying because that entire show was fucking horrifying.
Oh yeah, the Christmas special was horrifying. we watched that at Shauna's, we watched that at Shauna's house on Christmas, and her mom was just like, "What the hell is this?"
Right? No, but the Halloween special was especially fucked up because all this Halloween stuff is going on, but I guess Div fucks with an invention and he gets sent into a hell dimension.
And
oh
then
yeah,
Homicidal Maniac makes an appearance, even though
the silhouette of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac
right?
makes an
Because
appearance.
Johnny lives in the hell dimension.
Well,
yeah.
He probably ended up in hell.
The Halloweenies.
I thought it was... Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really care much for Invader Zim, so...
I liked it because it was at that time where LOL random humor was acceptable.
I liked it because I was an edgy teenager.
Went to Hot Topic all the time.
Yeah.
I just like Jonan Vasquez because he fucking hates everybody.
He hates this life.
Like, he hates everything. I loved reading his, like, memories on working for Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I can only imagine it was probably an awful experience.
Oh, God, he would talk about how they would have, like, they would take kids through to see them working, and they would have, like, animators chained up to walls with nails through their hands. There was like this statue of Chucky that would spew green slime out of its mouth at people.
I like the more you went on, the more I stopped believing.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know. He could be. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I read, like, I have this big Nicktoons book where they talk about bullshit, and they said that they did a lot for him from the sound of it. I guess he worked overnight on the shit, and they would, when he worked days, they would, like, blot out the fucking, I guess they had sunroofs in the studio, so it would seem like nighttime and all this kind of stuff, just so it wouldn't fuck with him.
I guess
it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like a lot of Jonan's hostility really came from the fact that Nickelodeon didn't seem to understand what his stuff was.
Like,
he lasted longer than John Kay, though.
Well, no offense, but John Kay only lasted, what, 5 episodes?
Season? I think one season. And
I thought it was like 5 episodes.
They were like, you can't do that. You can't show George Liquor getting beat up with a boat oar. And then they fired him.
Oh.
And then he ended up doing animation for Miley Cyrus.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and then he did the animation for The Simpsons, and like, my eyes vomited. There's
Yeah,
no
you were really
explanation.
Okay, I actually have a Halloween question, but for you guys.
That's right. We were talking about Halloween,
Right.
weren't
Yeah.
At what point did you guys stop going trick-or-treating?
I still go trick-or-treating, man.
Really?
we? I want to say it was, and JD, you'll probably appreciate this, but
Maybe.
I don't know. I think you will because it involves freaks and geeks.
Oh, awesome! I love that show.
Mostly because I was treating. What the hell was that?
Kyle dying.
Are we getting Is it a ghost?
Oh no.
But I went to go trick or treating. I want to say it was freshman year of high school, and my one jagoff friend like completely bailed on me.
Oh.
I was like, "Well, fuck it. I still want candy, and I got nothing else fucking going on, so I'm gonna go." I got to one house, and basically these girls I went to high school with fucking laughed at me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then I saw that episode of Freaks and Geeks like the next day,
Yeah.
and it hit me on like such a cosmic level because it's basically about how you reach that certain age where, you know, going trick or treating is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, this is too real.
Right.
I was like, no.
For me, it was like maybe 18 years old. I was dressed up like Willy Wonka because that movie just came out, and I wanted a purple trench coat because it was cool.
Well, who didn't?
And then, like, people were dicks. They're like, you're not a kid. You don't get candy.
Oh.
And then I was like, fuck you, man. I'm buying my own candy.
Right.
And then I bought my own candy.
I think it's just the fact that my one friend like just completely was like, yeah, man, we'll fucking go. We'll say fuck it to everyone who... And then he just comes over and he's like, oh, I forgot my costume. Here, I'm Shrek. And you're just wearing like a green hoodie. And I'm just like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Oh.
Like, I seriously never wanted to beat the shit out of someone else. I'm like, I look like a fucking moron. You know what I fucking went as? Went as Vash the Stampede from Trigun. That show didn't even come out over here yet.
Oh.
I just saw the character on the internet and thought he looked cool.
Okay.
That's
I bought a trench coat, like a brown beige trench coat. I dyed it red. I found orange sunglasses. I wrapped my arms in like medical tape.
that sounds cool as fuck, man.
I appreciate
I
your
want
dedication,
pictures.
Andy.
And you know what the sad thing is?
What?
Shauna, the girl who I ended up dating the next year, she fucking loves Vash the Stampede.
It was meant to be.
If I fucking would have just kept going, I could have trick-or-treated at that house.
And then you would have had a very beautiful story to tell your children someday.
Instead, I have to tell my fucking kids that we met in a goddamn anime club.
You could have met worse places.
I guess. The funny thing is, like, that's why KC Green's anime club comics are so funny to me, because they're so spot on.
I get to tell my kids that I was on a shitty podcast.
You don't have to be here, Kyle.
Which one was it?
I'm on a few. I don't know.
Right.
Were you on there? Were you on with another Kyle?
No. I
Another
wish.
Kyle?
Anyway,
I don't like where this conversation's going. I don't like this conversation.
I have a very sad story for you guys. Well, actually,
I don't know.
There's three parts that I need to get to. One, Andy reminded me of this guy that went to my high school who I swear to God dressed as Vash the Stampede every single day. And this man was
Holy shit! Wait a minute. There's a guy around here who dressed like that every day.
Andy, we live in 2 different states.
Doesn't mean he couldn't
You're also
have moved.
like 3 years older than I am.
That doesn't mean he couldn't have moved.
No, but he was this mountain of a child, and he had to be like 6'5", and wore that giant red trench coat every fucking day. And I just like, God damn it, man. Just, Christ. Anyway, what was the second part of this? Oh, second part of that was that, fun fact, the Halloween episode of Freaks and Geek was the first episode I ever watched.
That was the first episode I ever watched.
Yeah.
It fucking hurt me so badly.
It was on ABC Family, like...
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
it just randomly, after school one day, I'm like, huh. And then, like, 5 or 6 years later, I actually sat down and watched the entire thing. I'm like, oh, I like this show. Anyway, to the sad story. So, I stopped going... My last year of trick-or-treating was 5th grade.
Oh.
Damn.
Because, in I think it was the summer between 5th and 6th grade, we moved... I moved completely across town, and I didn't have, I didn't go to school with any of my friends anymore. So that Halloween, I didn't have any friends to go trick-or-treating with, so I decided, fuck it. I wasn't going that year. And then by the time the next year rolled around, I'm like, this is stupid. I can get my own candy anytime I want. So why would I bother with it? So, that is it's a sad story that, like, I just stopped going so early, and I feel like I robbed myself of some childhood, but I don't know.
Not really. I mean, you didn't have to suffer like I did.
I don't know. I did.
You try having teenage girls answer the door and just start laughing at you.
If it makes you feel any better, I did go trick-or-treating in the snow once, and like got horribly sick the next day because of it.
That just reminds me of the Clerks cartoon where they're like, and now we're going to have 2 teenage girls laugh at you and ask about your sex life.
No, wait, didn't they have them asking for, like, their blood? Or, yeah, no, it was when they got it was when that virus hit.
The virus, yeah.
Yeah, and they had, like, so, how many times? Yeah, that's why when I watched Clerks, that also just, like, made me think of that, like, fuck. It's true.
No, but
this episode got really dark.
Well, that's what Halloween is about.
The coda to that story was that Melanie is really advocating that she wants to go trick-or-treating this year, and is like, we are in our mid-20s. I don't think we can pull this off anymore.
Yeah, but
it just depends on the person.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As much as I don't enjoy drinking, Halloween has become the social holiday for me, where I do still dress up, but then I go get drunk at a party.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. Halloween's on a Saturday.
Yeah, honestly, like, I want to dress up, but my lack of funds and or time to put together a costume, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know if I have time.
I have some default costumes. What are you gonna go as, Kyle?
I finally figured it out. It's gonna be funny as fuck.
Are you gonna be Casey Jones again?
No, I'm gonna be a mime.
What is with you and mimes lately?
Yeah, what is with you and mimes lately?
I saw it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is so fucking funny. And I'm gonna be a mime.
I'm at fucking work, doing God's work, working with the mentally, the developmentally disabled, and I get a fucking message from Kyle, and I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, look, it's a mime pretending to jerk off 2 dicks. while her mime husband watches in the background, and I'm like, what the fuck? Sitting there laughing like a village idiot. I think they thought I should have been like.
That's not the only thing though. She like actually takes a giant dick too, like in the mouth, and it's hilarious.
This podcast got real child unfriendly real fast.
You mean me fucking screaming about Frankenberry and every other word being fucked?
We were talking about mime dicks before.
Oh, you know, Halloween is scary.
Not only that, but I went to a Halloween store and I'm like, look at these sexy mimes. They're pretty fucking sexy. And then it hit me, I could be a sexy mime too. So I'm gonna be a sexy mime.
Kyle's really adamant about this.
Alright, well, that's fair. Oh, I don't know. I might just dig out an old costume this year. I might just go with Dipper again.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. No, it was...
Well, Shauna decided since she got braces she's going as Mabel.
Mel and I went as Dipper and Mabel last year, so, you know...
Well, I want to avoid fueling anybody's fetish for Twins Fest, so...
No, we made a pact, like, when we went to the party last year, is that we do not make out or make any kind of sensual contact with each other in eyesight of anybody.
And how many times did you break that pact?
We were actually pretty good about it.
Except for that one guy.
Pretty good.
There's that one guy who's sudden like, I'm banking that shit.
Oh, God. I don't think I need to be...
They're the tumblers.
I don't think my face needs to be in anybody's spank bank.
I'm banking that
Whoa.
shit. No, not you, the characters.
Well, that's fine, but
Whoa.
I don't need someone's...
No, it's not fine!
Oh, Lord.
Anyway.
Why don't you do something creative, like going as Bipper or something? Jeez.
Oh, man, you should go as Paper Jam Dipper.
How would I do
Yeah,
that?
where's some...
I'm talking like that. It'd be
Well,
fucking
I
great.
mean, the only other costumes I have in a box is either the Team Magma Grunt or the Riddler.
Just combine all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, which Riddler? Are we talking Frank Gorshin bodysuit?
I was trying to... I kind of failed at it, but I was modeling it after Arkham City.
Ah, okay.
'Cause I don't know, I like that one, so I don't actually know if I still have it. I might have thrown that coat out. I don't know.
I'll send you my Wonka coat too, and you can wear that. You're just horrible amalgamation of costumes.
I'm sure I'll pick something that nobody will fucking get.
Are you gonna be Joestar?
No, and fuck you.
I was genuinely asking.
You know, the funny thing is, I have that coat not more than 10 feet away from me.
That does not at all surprise me.
My Jotaro coat.
Andy is
no.
very much in character tonight.
You never even read it. You don't know what the character's like. He's actually very quiet and sincere.
No, I'm saying you're in character, as in, of course, you have a JoJo coat.
Oh,
Here's a fun story for you guys.
All right.
When I had a best friend, we went to Disneyland, and I wore like a leprechaun outfit, and I got the most racist fucking comments ever sent at me.
No offense, Kyle. It doesn't help that you're really ginger.
It really hurt my feelings.
I mean, they probably thought you were a real leprechaun.
And then I acted really offended when someone like said stuff, and then they got really apologetic. They wanted to buy me a beer at California Adventure, and then I got a free beer. Good times.
Good times.
And then I mean, come on, Irishman drinking, you're gonna buy him a beer. It's kind of fucked up. I don't know, man.
Well, you know, he had to think of something.
At least he didn't buy me a potato and give me fucking a beer.
Well, so what all do you guys like?
So how about that Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween's pretty sweet. So what?
I love it. Isn't it cool?
Yeah. So what do you guys usually do for Halloween now that, you know, we don't go trick-or-treating or...
I usually try to end up at a party.
Yeah.
Go on, I'm sorry.
Now that I've got some cool friends, and I guess they've listened to the podcast, maybe not, I don't know, but my friend Clay, I went to his party last year and I loved it. I was Casey Jones.
You were pretty rad, Casey Jones, I will admit.
Thank
I thought
you.
it was alright. Nah, I'm kidding.
Now I'm gonna be sexy mime.
It's a sexy mime. Kyle, I want you to be like a mime, but you're like have a very skimpy bikini on.
Oh, you know, like,
I want lingerie mime Kyle.
I'm gonna wear banana hat.
Now the podcast just got really gay. Going through all the motions tonight.
Well, anyways, what I did before the party, though, it was honestly another night, and I stopped dressing up, and I would get ice cream, and that was my Halloween.
Aww.
I lived a depressing life.
Aww. That does sound a little depressing.
So how about you guys? How was your non-depressing life?
Well, I'm actually not sure what we're doing this year, because we kind of moved, and we don't really have any friends, so... I would like... You know, I'm getting to the point in my life, I actually wouldn't mind handing out candy to children, but I don't think the apartment complex we live in does that kind of thing. So, you know, I mean, there is an abundance of children where we live, because, you know, they just kind of come out of nowhere, but, you know, I should really look into that, to be honest. But, I don't know, man, I just like going to the store and just getting junk food and eating it and watching Halloween specials. That is my jam now.
I like buying life-size skeletons and feeding them candy, fun-sized candy. That's all they can chew.
I just love the season. I don't know. I love the weather. I love the way everything looks. I just really love Halloween for the most part. I love how most places are. I love that Netflix and Hulu and all those like up the ante on all their horror movies and stuff. And
horror movies is good. I think Halloween was the first time I watched like fucking Hellraiser.
Clive Barker's finest.
I don't know. We were just at a friend's house and she was just having a little get together. She was just playing fucking movies on Netflix, and I think we watched Hellraiser and then we watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space is good. I appreciate that movie.
I had never seen either of these movies. We just sat there. I'm like, oh, all right. So that was a thing.
Now, which was better, Killer Clowns or Killer Tomatoes?
I couldn't tell you because it's been so long since I've said Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I mean, I don't know. I think it might be tough to compare because Killer Tomatoes was kind of meant to be a parody. Killer Clowns actually was kind of terrifying at points.
Hey man, I could see how that would make kids scared of clowns.
Well, I mean, there's a scene where they throw pies at the security guard and the guy melts.
Oh god.
And then they do the shadow. Then the one clown does a shadow puppet at a bus stop. It's a dinosaur, and then the shadow eats a bunch of people at the bus stop.
Yeah, that's
So I mean, it was kind of these clowns meant fucking business. They were harvesting people to eat them.
And putting them in.
I just remember clown titties. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that was also a.
That's wow. That might be a new low for you, Kyle.
Clowns, mimes. What the fuck is going on with you lately?
Sorry.
Kyle has a sickness.
I mean,
to be honest, though,
is a thing.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, it's actually a thing. I'm not into it, but
I mean, Family had a joke about it. And it was actually pretty funny.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. So yeah. I apologize to anyone listening.
Did your parents ever steal your candy?
No, because, when I was growing up, it was mostly just me and my dad, so we just kind of had an agreement that, like, you know what, just fuck it. It's everybody's candy. I don't care. We just kind of put it into giant... Because I would go out and get candy, and then I would come home, and we'd have a bunch of leftover candy from, kids who didn't take it, or, whatever. And we just kind of threw it all in the thing, and we're like, alright, everybody gets candy now, yay.
The worst part about living in California, and I don't know if it's as bad as over there or whatever, but I'm not a big fan of Mexican candy. I really am not.
I can't say we have that problem.
That's fucking racist.
It's not racist. They make their candies with chili, and I don't like that. It's not sweet. It's gross. Lucas. What the fuck is Lucas?
What?
Maybe you should fucking do some research. How about that one? I don't even know.
It's like fucking peanut butter. I don't fucking know, man.
Man, this episode went off the rails.
It's probably our most non-cartoony episode ever, and
we talk about cartoons, kind of. It's just this is going to be the episode people are going to go and be like, yeah, you ever listen to the Inkling Paint Club? Remember that episode where they all sounded like they were high on Quaaludes and they all just started like ranting about random shit?
I mean, I could rant about a lot more random shit than that.
Like, I don't know. One guy talked about his depressing.
Man.
One guy talked about depressing Halloween memories. Then another guy started ranting about dirty Mexican candy.
Then Andy went off about Frankenberry.
I'm sorry. At least that was Halloween related.
And Mexican candy isn't?
No, it's not.
There's some complex flavor up in there.
I need to go get a pumpkin. I think I need to do that this weekend and go to a fucking corn maze already. Okay,
well, isn't that like everywhere in Ohio?
I mean, we are perpetually surrounded by corn.
That's what I'm saying.
I can just walk into a field and that could technically be a maze.
Don't you just fucking open your door and walk into corn and like...
Yeah, it's just door-to-door corn.
I'm too busy. I'm sorry. Sorry if I seem distracted. I started a monstrous amount of pun work on Facebook just now.
Why?
So remember for anyone who's not sure, I'll be sure. Maybe I can toss a link into this, or I can just toss the image on the podcast Facebook page. But Kotaku, I showed this to you guys. Kotaku, in a bout of great journalistic integrity, they wrote an article about fans remaking the original Metal Gear.
Oh yeah.
In the Unreal Engine, but they kind of misspelled meal. No, they misspelled metal as meal. So it's the original 1987 Meal Gear. And then I decided to post it on my Facebook, just going, dinner to surpass Meal Gear. And now it has erupted into just food puns related to Metal Gear.
Oh Lord!
Like this
is
something
I have to jump on.
Yeah, please do. I mean, we got some choice ones in here, like Metal Gear Rising, Breadgents, Solid Steak, Revolver Omelet.
I love that.
The pasta terrible, the Lalelulo pan. I mean, if anyone's a big fan of Metal Gear, I can put this transcript on the podcast page, because if you're a fan of food puns, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to... we probably should wrap this up, because I'm sure Andy and I both need to get to bed, because we got work in the morning. But,
oh, yeah, because Kyle doesn't.
Oh, Kyle also has work in the morning. He's not a lazy bum like I used to be. But,
good save.
Before we forget, I do want to mention that all three of us are doing Halloween draw challenges, where each day we are making new art. Andy and Kyle are doing... are being the sheeple and doing the standard Drawloween thing. And I decided I was going to be a special snowflake and do something completely different. So,
Fuck you, I drew a goblin shark.
Your goblin shark was amazing, actually.
Like, I mean, I took the literal sense of goblin. I was like, I can draw a goblin, but what about a goblin shark goblin?
Yeah.
A double goblin.
But, definitely check out our Instagram feed, where Andy has been posting all of our drawings, so keep up with that. And yeah, it's been fun so far. We've been at it for a week now.
I've actually managed to, both of us, Kyle, we both managed to make it to day 6, I think.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, I haven't done mine yet, so...
Yeah, you'll do it. I know you will.
Thankfully, Kyle, you're still living in the past, because it's 1 o'clock here. It's already the next day.
Yeah. Time travel. How does that fucking work?
It's only 10 over here, and the sunlight's still out.
Well, Kyle, I can tell you that in the future, it's just all fire. Everything's burnt to the ground. We're all dead.
I fucking live in Alaska, apparently.
I'd like to thank anybody who made it through this whole episode. I understand that it was kind of a lot of random shit.
There's so much about Halloween that we couldn't think of anything to talk about.
Yeah, we kind of bit off more than we could chew in this case because, like, we thought, oh yeah, we'll talk about our favorite Halloween specials. Then we realized, wow,
there's a lot of them.
There's an insane amount of them.
We can't do justice to them in an hour. So next week we'll try to be a little more on task. This entire month, we hope, will just be all Halloween stuff all the time.
I think we can definitely manage.
I think we can definitely. So maybe we'll get more in depth in about some Halloween movies.
I can talk about how I think Hocus Pocus is an overrated piece of shit.
That's not cartoons, Andy.
I don't care. I'm sick of fucking hearing about it. I don't fucking care. I'm sick of hearing about it.
But it's the only movie she's attractive in.
Yeah.
Before she got
there.
horse
I'm
face.
tired of hearing about it.
She's so cute, and she married Ferris Bueller.
Wait, is she married? Is she married or was married to Matthew Broderick?
I thought she was.
I don't know.
Like, everyone acts like it's it's the best Halloween movie. It's like tradition to watch it. Yeah, you know what? There are a lot of better Halloween movies to watch.
Like Halloween?
I mean, if you need like a goofy comedy, watch Casper. I think that's better.
Oh god, I haven't watched a Casper movie in forever.
It's actually pretty good.
Huh.
It's got Bill Pullman in it. I don't know. I just that movie is just so horribly 90s.
Yeah,
it pains me. Like, I just remember the kid, like, the bully's name was like Ice or something, and I think he had his name shaved into the back of his head, and it was bad. I mean, I don't know.
Was
you
it
guys
so bad?
No, that's the Power Glove, and that also sucked major dick.
well,
sorry.
I don't know about you guys, but maybe we should.
No, let's keep talking.
Oh god,
I'm ready.
I'm getting cranky.
Oh no. Well, anyway, thank you everybody for listening this week. It's been
Thank
fun.
you for making it through the endurance round.
You should have a medal or
It's
a
good.
cookie or something like that.
Like, if you can prove to me that you somehow listened to the entire episode, I just might draw you something.
Yeah, take him up on that. He might actually do it.
You'd be surprised. I'll do a lot of things out of spite.
And Kyle, you were right. He is married to Sarah Jessica Parker. That's weird.
How did you not know that? You made me second guess myself, and then I looked it up,
They've
and then
been
I'm like,
married for
I had to
almost
pat
20
myself-
years, and that's weird.
I had to pat myself on the back because I knew that trivia.
Good for you. We'll take you to bar trivia.
Please cut off the podcast.
All
This
right,
is getting
so-
violent.
All right, guys. Thank you.
We are descending into madness here.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, again. Please check out our social media links in the description. Share this episode. That would be really cool. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you next week for the news. Check out our Iron Giant review that we did yesterday.
It's really more so us gushing about the movie.
It's pretty much just a half hour of me and Andy sucking the Iron Giant's dick.
Kyle says some nice things,
Yes,
too.
he did.
Sometimes.
I'm telling you, Kyle, you just need to just force your way in there.
Yeah, really. I
With
mean,
that, I'm okay.
they're gonna take this from some punk ass crowd.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
Ending on a Simpsons quote.
Oh god.
Spirit supernatural, shy, what's all the buzz? The bags of bones seem so unsafe, it's semi-serious. Spooky, scary skeletons are silly all the same. They'll smile and scramble slowly by and drive you so insane. Sticks and stones will break your bones, they seldom let you snooze. Spooky, scary skeletons will wait